he's ever done anything for you. Get on your feet and show what he's done. Saying, has he ever shown any love to you? You ought to go and spread love around. Did he ever open any doors for you? You need to go and tell someone else to have the faith that he's gonna do the rest for you. If you just believe that he can.
Bless you. Today's encouraging word comes from the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16. We'll read verses 6 and 7, and it says, "And it came to pass when they were come, that he," talking about Samuel, "looked on Eliab, and said, Surely the Lord's anointed is before him. But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." Amen. This is such a powerful lesson that we, as people of God, need to learn. And it is something, quite frankly, that our mothers tried to get into us, amen, when they told us to never judge a book by its cover. Amen. You ever heard that saying before? Never judge a book by its cover. There's godly wisdom in that. Because God is saying here, amen, that man has a tendency to look on the outward appearance and to make judgments. We look at people on how they're dressed. We look at where they live, what kind of car they drive, and we make conclusions, many times inaccurately, amen. We judge people on where they went to school, what kind of jobs they hold down, amen, and all other kinds of things. We judge the effectiveness of a ministry by how many people go to the church. And it could be that all those people are having a great big meeting because Jesus is nowhere to be found. Amen. We make all kinds of judgments based on the outward appearance. And yet here it was, amen, that Samuel, anointed man of God, the last judge in the land, amen, trained up before the Lord all the days of his life. He was yet given an assignment to go and anoint a king for Israel, to anoint the next king, because Saul had failed God. Amen. And hear what I said. Saul had failed God, not the people. Amen. And so Samuel went to anoint another king, and he went to the house of Jesse. And he saw Jesse's eldest son, and he was tall, and he was handsome, and he was strong, and he was rugged. And Samuel, who was an anointed man of God, yet made a conclusion based on the outward appearance. If this anointed man of God could make judgments based on what he saw in the physical realm, how much the more are we susceptible to that as well? Amen. And so when God said to Samuel to not look upon his countenance, but what he said? He said, because I have refused him. Isn't it something that we will have a tendency to choose what God has refused? It's an amazing thing. And yet, God had to break it down for Samuel and for us. And he said, man looks on the outward appearance, but God looks on the heart. Let us emulate our God, amen, and not be so quick to reach snap decisions and snap judgments based on what we see with our eyes. But let us ask God for the wisdom to not simply see on the outward appearance, but let us see on the inward appearance, so that because it's there that we will find the truth. God bless you. Until next time, be encouraged. Amen. Remember that Jesus does love you, and his love never fails.
Come on. To the sky, and you will realize. Act like you know someone by your side. Act like you know. To the sky, and you will realize. Act like you know.